This is The Digital Key, Season 3, Chapter 6. In this episode, we will be talking about dual valence and nonlinear intersections. In the last 2 episodes, we talked about how nonlinear intersections eliminate path convolution from a subject. In dual valence, it takes 3 nonlinear intersections to produce 3 phase flips to shift from one dual valence arrangement to another of the other chirality. We also talked about how whenever these 3 structures are not in dual valence, the first digital structure and the third structure, also digital, describe different subjects. That is, we can witness the shifting of 2 digital streams describing the same subject to 2 subjects, each described by a distinct digital stream, in the transition out of dual valence through nonlinear intersections. To reiterate, in the first digital structure, we have affirmation of the not set of 1 and negation of set 1. In the analog structure, we have affirmation of set 2 and negation of set 1. In the third digital structure, we have affirmation of set 2 and negation of set not 2. It takes the shifting of one structure to cause the 2 digital streams to split between 2 vessels. It requires 3 nonlinear intersections to shift back to dual valence of the reversed chirality. That is, in the elimination of path convolution through 3 nonlinear intersections, we have a complete cycle where 2 streams enter 2 vessels and return to a single vessel. But we also see that single nonlinear intersections cause phase flips in a bodily rhythm or cycle. Following these phase flips, we see expression of the rhythm. Thus the elimination of path convolution, the lost time associated with that path convolution, is retained in the bodily processes outside of it. We see that the nonlinear intersection results in a faster arrow of time for the subject, which justifies the flipping of the bodily rhythm or cycle. Building upon the last episode, you must imagine that the movement of 2 digital streams into a single vessel, or into 2 vessels, generated by the shifting in and out of dual valence, sees the presence of overlap between 2 identities. This overlap manifests out of the tautological flow of consciousness from vessel to vessel, which sees the trendsetter acting out the impulse for the second. Thus, the stacking of these 2 streams has a priority, which determines in which vessel the 2 streams return to in dual valence. Although we don't see union between 2 vessels during dual valence, we see the occasion of a second vessel departing from the execution of some sequence of actions upon a nonlinear intersection. During the overlap of the 2 identities, we see commonality between the internal thoughts of each subject. A union between their thoughts and impulses. Each consciousness accentuates the aims and actions of the other to some desired expression. Thus, nonlinear intersections reflect the shifting of digital streams from one vessel into 2 at a spatial intersection within nonlinearity. Since we know that these nonlinear intersections reveal a distinct arrow of time, we can properly characterize them as occurring in a distinct universe, which the consciousness represented by the digital stream moves between. From this we can see that vessels remain anchored to universes, but consciousness does not, moving freely between them through nonlinearity. That's the end of the podcast for today.